You want answers?
Boss Cowboy.
You can't handle the truth.
Bring real back. He be speaking his mind. Need the cash pronto. Throw interception like Romo.
Boss Cowboy.
You want answers?
Where your voice matters.
Run it up.
You can't handle the truth.
Run it up.
Remember to like and subscribe.
From the Ravens, because I have questions and I'm pretty sure y'all have questions. So hold on real quick. He should be on his way, because I just sent him the link again. But see what's going on, just so everybody know, obviously we are interviewing DCs, and right now I currently have Orr as my number one DC candidate from who we interviewed, mainly because of him having a previous NFL track record of some form of success. So it's been a lot of pushback. It's been hearing rumblings, definitely been hearing rumblings from about there was some dissatisfaction. So what we're doing and what I'm doing is I am bringing somebody on from the Ravens, somebody that's a content creator from the Ravens, because that is, to me, how you get down to the nitty gritty. All right, we got him. Hendo.
Yes, sir.
All right, so we got you on. So we go get right into it, man. I was trying to explain the dilemma of what's going on with the Dallas Cowboys. We got a couple of things that's going on. It is nothing, in my opinion, better than to talk to actually another independent free man, I'll call you. So first, introduce yourself to the my channel, and then like what you do for the Ravens, and we'll get into it.
Yeah, my name's Hendo. Did a Roug Pod 4 years ago. I just decided, from some help of my friends from over at Lunch Break High Take, to start doing YouTube, just to get into it and talk about my perspective of it, because I saw a lot of content creators on our side talk about all the positive things that the Ravens are doing, even though we weren't winning championships. And I just decided to give my take on things, and pretty much that's it. Let's talk about the Ravens.
So now I don't want to kind of start with the controversy. We was backstage and we started to talk about your background, and you was telling me what happened. Kind of give me some background on that, and you kind of bumping shoulders a little bit with Harbaugh.
Well, as Ravens content creators, the Ravens YouTube community is not really that big. So, there are some of us that believed in certain things, certain ideologies when it came to the Ravens. And John Harbaugh kind of took offense to it. Like, he was snapped back at fans. One time he came to a press conference with a t-shirt talking about something that some of the YouTube content creators had said. So he made a comment about guys at the end of the bar. So I used to have a bar behind me because I was a guy at the end of the bar, just speaking my opinion.
Oh, that is crazy. That is insane. Well, it's actually not crazy, because we know that basically we always gonna be influential and free, and that bothers some, man. So you know directly that he was taking a shot at y'all, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Like, anytime you have a head coach who is a former Super Bowl winner, a multi-millionaire, wearing a t-shirt, firing back at fans' comments, come on.
So, cause see, that's the thing, man. Man, my name got put out there on the radio the other day. Swear to God, what I mean? Because it was my fault. It looked like they were sneak dissing us. So when I'm free, I shoot back hard, like boom. They end up saying, "Oh, we weren't talking at you," even though it seemed like he was talking at us. You know what I'm saying? It's like, who else was you talking about? Because we was the ones that was pushing back hard on the X, on the DC thing, because locally they pushing a guy named Jim Leonhard, right? but it's like he has no DC experience versus Zach does. So it's like, how in the world is a guy with no DC experience just super favored, right? So that type of stuff, man. So, I'm glad to talk to you. So, but I want to get into Zach, man.
Okay.
So I saw that he obviously, I know his background in terms of being a player, having an injury, all that kind of stuff, and forcing him into coaching.
Right.
He started being y'all DC in 2024.
24.
And then the rumors start being, this is what I'm hearing on the streets. Now I need you to clarify.
Okay.
That the fans turned on him and just was like it started to go down. What happened?
All right. So just to start off, 2014, Zach Orr is an undrafted free agent. Comes to the Baltimore Ravens, turns himself into a second-team All-Pro in 2016.
Dope.
Great. People love him. But then he had a neck spinal injury, so he had to retire in 2016. Then in 2017, he became a defensive analyst for John Harbaugh. 2021, he went to the Jacksonville Jaguars and became an outside linebackers coach. Then he came back to the Ravens, became an inside linebackers coach. 2023, we had Mike McDonald in his second year as our defensive coordinator. So that year, the Ravens went to the AFC Championship game. We had the number one defense across the board in the NFL. One game away from the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
So you would think that with a caliber of head coach that John Harbaugh is, he would go out there and get himself a defensive coordinator with some experience, kind of like Nick Sirianni did with the Philadelphia Eagles when he went and got Vic Fangio. That's kind of why the Eagles went and won a Super Bowl that year. We did not do that. We hired Zach Orr. And it's funny when you talk about Jim Leonard, if it's the same one that was a defensive back who used to play for the Ravens. Yeah, that guy, he was scrappy, but the same thing with Zach Orr. He had no defensive coordinator experience. He had no experience calling defenses on any level, high school, college, little league, none whatsoever. So he brought him in. So it's kind of like the same situation. And when you hit me up about this, I'm like, y'all considering Zach? I looked online and I was like, ooh. And it was kind of, my first thought was like, I need to hit all the Cowboys fans up and be like, run, Forrest. Like, don't do it. So, okay.
Run, Forrest.
So I'm going to paint this picture for you, okay?
Thank you.
2023, number one defense in the NFL. Now, we did lose Jadeveon Clowney. We lost a couple pieces, but predominantly, most of that defense was there. The Ravens started off 2024 terribly. Then in week 10 around 2024, we started hitting the weak part of our schedule. Once we hit the weak part of the schedule, they picked things up. So people started getting a little bit of faith in him, like, okay, well, maybe he's about something. The Ravens finished that year 9th in points against, 10th in yards against. Then came 2025. A lot of us were skeptical because we had lost a few more defensive pieces. We didn't know what was going on, but we were favored to win the Super Bowl. Everybody said we had the best defensive roster, the best roster in the NFL. We were the Super Bowl favorites coming into the season. Now, fast forward to game one versus the revenge game against Buffalo, and we were up 15 points with 5 minutes, 41 seconds left in the game. Defense gave everything up, and we lost. Thought it was an anomaly. Then we started going through week after week after week, and through like week 4, 5, we were giving up 33 points a game. So the Ravens fan base started turning on Zach Orr, and they like, maybe this dude ain't it. But then once again, for those of us that actually study football a little bit, I'm not taking shots at anybody. For those of us that studied it, we knew that after, I think it was week 7 or so, we were going to hit a patch of the season where we were going to play teams that offensively just weren't it. And what happened? They turned things around, gave up like 17 points per game. Everybody started getting faith in Zach Orr again. Then we get to Thanksgiving night. Joe Burrow has his first game back in the NFL since week 2. So he missed about 9 weeks of football. He comes back in and he torches the Ravens, and the Ravens give up 32 points. After that, we started seeing Zach Orr's defenses do the same things over and over again. They play a soft zone. He's never aggressive. His only thing is he doesn't want to get beat deep. So his coverage schemes and the way that he utilizes players is totally wrong. Then we had the game against the New England Patriots. Drake May had never had a 300-yard passing game in his NFL career, albeit that it was a short career. That game, he passed for 380 yards, had his first fourth quarter comeback in the NFL ever. So we're like, not a good look. The very next week, we play the Green Bay Packers and Malik Willis, who is the backup to Jordan Love. We like, all right, backup player. He had an injured shoulder coming into the game. What did he do? He threw for a career high 288 yards with 134.6 passer rating versus a backup. So it's a trend with Zach Orr that he plays scared. And unfortunately, it is a part of the John Harbaugh tree. John Harbaugh coaches scared. He doesn't coach to win games. And even Lamar said it. Joe Flacco said it back in the day. We need to put our foot on the gas and go after these teams. John Harbaugh wants to play good defense, run the ball, and kick field goals. And that's why he has the most blown 10-plus point leads in the NFL since 2000.
Wow. So what you saying, and that's why I wanted to bring on another content creator, because see, you don't get this type of insight. You see how he went game by game, line by line. That's the passion of independent YouTuber sports people, man. They do it across every section. So I'm gonna tell y'all going forward, and obviously when we play y'all, we gonna have to do this again. Like, you know,
no doubt.
Yeah, we gonna do this again. Or if we just want to kind of just do intel type of talk, right? Where you might get one of our coaches or something like that, and you want some insight.
No doubt.
But so basically you saying buyers beware.
Yes. Yeah. Oh man, listen. So what is it? You got Quinnen Williams. If you want to see Quinnen Williams, Solomon Thomas, Overshown, and who's the rookie that y'all got? Number one pick, Izaraku.
Oh yeah, Donovan
Izaraku. If you want to see those guys fall off a cliff, hire Zach Orr.
Ooh, take it easy.
I'm just saying. Listen, Odafe Owe, my co-host, she loves herself some Odafe Owe, right? He had 10 sacks the previous season. This year, through 5 games, he had 0 sacks. They traded him away to the Los Angeles Chargers. For the rest of the season, he had 7.5 sacks. In the last playoff game, he just had 3. 0 sacks with us. Yeah. That tells you the coaching of Zach Orr. Middle linebacker, Roquan Smith, looked terrible this year. Kyle Hamilton. I know people love Kyle Hamilton, but he was kind of stifled by the way that Zach Orr used him. We had a first-round pick in Nate Wiggins, who's going to be an up-and-coming decent corner in the NFL. He struggled. He struggled. Cornerback Marlon Humphrey, former All-Pro, gave up the most yards in the league. And a lot of that had to do with Zach Orr, because most of the pieces that Mike McDonald had in 2023, we had the majority of those guys. Now, we did have a guy, Nnamdi Madubuike, who went out in week 2. But outside of that, nobody performed better. Kyle Van Noy went from 12 sacks to 2 sacks. Like, under his tutelage, everybody's regressed on this defense. Everybody.
Wow. And see, you know, those of us who really kind of follow football know, and I'm gonna need you to help me with this, that y'all are and historically have been very high on defense. Like, historically, like to the point, Cowboy fans, don't get mad at me, but I swear to God, if I wasn't born and raised a Dallas Cowboy fan, I would have been a Ravens fan because of defense. I love defense. I love the style of defense, and y'all have always been that. My question to you, because see, we're the beggars, right?
Okay.
So y'all the highest standard, and we're the beggars, like at the bottom, like in terms of historically high standard, not production. I'm saying.
Okay, got you.
You see what I'm saying? So, is it where could it be? And I'm just throwing this out here. Could it be that where was trash to you would be a treasure to us?
No. No.
Stay away.
No, listen. Man, it's kind of hard for me because, you know, this is my first time in front of Cowboys fans and they don't know or familiar with my content. One thing about me, I'm gonna tell the truth, regardless if I'm right, if I'm wrong, if I hurt my feelings, if all be damned. So John Harbaugh won a Super Bowl in 2012. All the dogs we had on this team, including Ed Reed, he got rid of strong personalities because he wanted to run a team in his image. And his image is beta mentality. He loves guys that follow the line. We traded for Marcus Peters. And Marcus Peters was one of those dudes that if he thought something, he was going to let you know. And there was a game where he got on the sideline, him and Harbaugh got into it. Next year, he wasn't with us. So we have guys in this organization that aren't those that you would think would come in and you would want to lead your organization. Because you don't really hear about any John Harbaugh coaching trees where you got a team here that's like, yeah, we need to get this guy. Sean McVay, on the other hand, Kyle Shanahan, their guys get picked up. John Harbaugh's guys don't, because he said himself.
You could.
He said himself, I'm not hiring a guy that could take my job.
He's a softie.
Right. So that's why we have all of these coordinators like Greg Roman, Mark Trestman. We get all of these over-the-hill coaches that couldn't coach to bring in, because they're going to follow the line. They're gonna do what he says and keep that motto up. We haven't seen play like a Raven in so long. Like, I know outside the organization, they say play like a Raven, tough defense and all that. That's not how it is. Even our owner in a press conference on Tuesday said, when you look at the when you look at the national media, they think that everything's sweet, they think everything cool, but when you start getting into the local media, you start seeing the chaos. And us as Ravens fans, we can't see what people outside the organization see, because the local media is pumping certain things like John Harbaugh is a top 10 head coach. He's one of the best. He's this, he's that. Is he really? Because if you look at 2023, 2019, maybe 2024, we had the best roster in the NFL. Lamar Jackson in 2024, 41 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 4,100 yards, 915 yards rushing. What did we do? Nothing. We failed because John Harbaugh is scared. Over Lamar Jackson's 8-year career, we've gone into the playoffs. Except for maybe last year, we were technically the number 1, number 2 rushing team in the NFL. Once we got to the playoffs, he ran the ball 6 times. We got Derrick Henry. He ran the ball against the Chiefs 16 times. Even though year after year after year, we lost playoff games because we lost our identity and didn't play up to what we were. So you guys should be thankful that the Giants got him as the head coach. Now, if he's a man of his word, he's going to take Zach Orr with him and save y'all the headache, because one of the reasons that he got fired was because he didn't want to change his coaching staff. Now, if Zach Orr is your man and you believe he was the man in Baltimore, he's going to be the man in New York. So that's gonna save y'all all the trouble. Like, people get mad at me because I talk about John Harbaugh a certain way, but my thing is, if he was so great, why have we gone 13 years without even making a Super Bowl? Forget winning it. We lose, and every time we've lost, when we lost in 2019 to the Titans, when we lost in 2023 to the Bills, 2024 to the Bills, when we lost to the Chiefs in 2023, we were favored in all of those games. We weren't the underdogs, we were the favorites. And we got embarrassed. And that's because this man right here, and you'll hear him because he's now in your division. You're going to hear him when he loses. You're going to hear the same speech every week. I love our guys. We played hard. It's only one game. What are we worried about? We still have so many more games to go. He came in before this season and said, Super Bowl or bust. That's stupid. Anybody that think like that has a problem. It's not Super Bowl or bust. It's about just having fun and winning games.
Oh, listen, man. Now I see why he put a shirt on you, man. I see. If this is how you bring it, this is why he came on the press conference with a shirt. And see, this is why people need independent media across the world, you know, because somebody said you pulled off the Scooby-Doo mask on Zach. See, I see what happens across the board. Like, the smart fans of Dallas hated Kellen Moore. But the insiders and a lot of media people, like, they would suck up, kind of like what you were saying with Harbaugh. So you didn't have that opposing, honest devil's advocate like you get with independent, right? I said all that to say that's why I brought you on, because I didn't want to be that victim. Because I saw him go to New Orleans and you'll see them, oh man, we got this. We like, boy, you ain't got shit.
Thanks.
So real quick.
Listen, hold up. I'm gonna take that. So my homeboy Jose at Lunch Break Hot Take, the guy I do the morning show with, he's always had this comparison. So what he would do was he would put up these two black pictures and put stats underneath it. He would put stats of coach A, stats of coach B, and he would be like, tell me which one is John Harbaugh. And nobody could guess which one was John Harbaugh. But when he actually revealed the pictures, it would be John Harbaugh and Mike McCarthy.
Oh boy.
One Super Bowl win. Wins and losses are similar. Playoff wins and losses similar. Only thing is, Mike McCarthy can coach offense. John Harbaugh can't coach nothing.
Well, I'm liking this, man. This is coming. Now, first of all, we got to do this, man, because he giving the TTTTT. Y'all see the value of this. His channel is the Roug Pod. You should subscribe, bro. I'm telling all of my people that follow, this is the type of person you should subscribe to. So I will want everybody that follows my channel, go over there and hit that subscribe button. because now I get a sense of you, brother, and I'm loving the fact that you like just no nonsense, like direct, and I'm like that. Like
I'm a Marine, so
yeah. Give us your background too, man. First of all, thank you for your service.
no problem. Oh, no, I'm saying I was a Marine.
So you just direct, yeah.
And with the Ravens fans, a lot of them don't like the directness. They want it to be sunshine and rainbows.
We like that over here too, man. I swear I hate that.
I almost didn't do YouTube, and my homeboys had to convince me to do it because, like I said, I was seeing everybody always talk about being sunshine and rainbows and everything's great, even though we weren't winning championships. And I was kind of scared because I'm like, I don't want to come in with this perspective because ain't nobody gonna watch me. Don't nobody want to hear this stuff. And even now, like we were named the Doom Squad or something like that, the Doom and Gloom Squad, because we told the truth. And they said, "Oh, all y'all do is bring negativity."
The Doom and Gloom.
That's what they called us. They said, "All we bring is negativity." But it's amazing how 4 years later, everything that we said came true. We said the failures of the Ravens. We said John Harbaugh needed to go as head coach. And it took until this season for all the Ravens fans to see all the stuff that we said were true. Now, they don't want to give us our props for it and admit that we were right. But I'm steeped in reality. You know what I'm saying? I love my team. I'm born and bred in Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? I am a Baltimore dude. But I also was raised to tell the truth.
I'm a Dallas dude.
You know what I mean? But I was raised to tell the truth.
Yeah.
I love my team and we've done some amazing things. But are we as great as everybody tells us? Like, Ravens fans would tell you, we need to trade Mark Andrews and get a second-round pick. And I'm like, we can't get a fourth-round pick for Mark Andrews. Why are you evaluating these players so high? People don't want our players like that. Like, I don't know why people think the Ravens are just this. Man, don't get me started. I don't want to get started because, this is a show, but we have things that our franchises are similar. We have had great rosters that we kind of fell short on.
Yeah.
And a lot of that had to do with the coaching. People say coaches don't get on the field, throw interceptions, fumble, the kneel down with Dak Prescott. Coaches don't do that. But if coaches don't prepare you for certain situations, you're not ready for them when they show up. Right.
So we got a little pushback on you. And so, obviously we believe in healthy debates. I could tell you do too. My brother said all those guys you named popped up on injury reports quite often with hamstrings and such. Are you sure that wasn't just injuries that derailed Zach Orr?
With 100% certainty, I can tell you it's not just injuries, because look at game one. No injuries in game one. We went up 14-25 with 5 minutes left. And Zach Orr played his prevent defense like he normally goes to. And we gave up 16 points in 5 minutes. That had nothing to do with injury. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then the spanking that we got by the Cincinnati Bengals on Thanksgiving, yes, all of those guys were on the injury reports at one time, but they came back. And my question is not to you, brother, but my question is, why is it that we can say for Zach Orr injuries were an issue, that may be an excuse, but when we say Lamar Jackson was injured, it was like, that's not an excuse. He didn't play well this year. And as far as the media goes, you know what I'm saying? People always say certain things to fit their narratives. If you go back, and I want you Dallas Cowboys fans to go look at the games defensively. Look at how we had a second round pick in Mike Green, who we thought was going to come in and do certain things. He played fairly well, especially towards the end of the season. But there were times where he and Roquan Smith were out covering wide receivers. Roquan Smith failed to cover tight ends. Why is he on Jamar Chase? Why is he on Stephon Diggs? Like, as a defensive coordinator, certain things just don't make sense. You know what I'm saying? And playing a zone and playing a soft zone all of the time, like 85% of the time you playing soft zone, teams watch film. So they know when situations get rough, this is what we're going to go to. If any of you guys watch the Pittsburgh Steelers, or you just hate Aaron Rodgers like most of us do, he had his two best passing games versus the Ravens. How was that? Just saying. Everybody's having career. Everybody, the Houston Texans. I know down there in Texas, y'all Dallas Cowboys don't like them Texans.
No, they actually don't like us, bro. I'm gonna be honest. I lived in Houston. We big brother to them boys. So,
but that's a fact.
That we big brother, and they act like, you know how it is, bro. Like when y'all the ones got the rings and they ain't never had a ring. I swear, you got me on the tangent. I'm gonna just say this real quick. I lived in Houston. I played D1 ball at U of H. Right. I hate the Texans more than I hate Philly. What they tell you?
That's crazy.
It sounds crazy, but that's how much they hate us, bro. Like they showed that much hate for my team when I was in Houston. I swear, I hate everything in Houston, even though I play for U of H. That's the only thing I like is my university. But anyway, don't get me on the tangent, bro. But go ahead.
But for the Texans, so a lot of you guys are really familiar with the Texans. Even watching a playoff game versus the Steelers, CJ Stroud struggled. That offense was terrible. They put up 44 points versus the Ravens.
Yeah,
44.
I'm finna show you something and don't laugh, okay? But see, this is why I brought you on so that I could get tightened up. Like real talk. I'm gonna show you something, bro. This was my rank at first. I'm definitely gonna update my rank now. This is my rank of defensive coordinators for us right now. I had Zach at the top. More so because I saw your face. More so because of the DC experience and because on the surface you're seeing top 10 here. You're seeing, and when you're 32, top 10. That's when you've been eating crackers,
right?
Bologna pretty good. You know what I'm saying?
That's fact.
You feel me? So that's why on the surface I'm like, okay, experience, been doing it a while. Baltimore defensive plays.
Okay.
He has a true relation. They said that reports have been locally that Brian Schottenheimer has been actively keeping up with Zach. So with my list of people that we interviewing, I gotta ask you a question, especially because I respected Ravens defensive history. What should be probably the best way to go about getting a defensive coordinator? Do you look at experience? Do you look at up and comers? Do you look at who's hot? What is the way that you think that you really kind of, really heal a defensive coordinator wound?
For me, what I look for experience, but experience isn't everything because there are a lot of young defensive and offensive coordinators out there who are cutting their teeth in the NFL right now and turning teams around. Most importantly, the same thing that I look at in a head coach. When you have players that are injured, how does your defense perform? If you have the number 2 defense in the NFL and you got a couple injuries, but you still perform up to a top 15 level, I can give you respect for that. If you lose one guy and drop down to 32, that lets me know your players lead this team. That lets me know you aren't coaching. You know what I'm saying? The players are leading this locker room, not the coaching staff. John Harbaugh, I hate to bring it back to that dude. After Ray Lewis, before Lamar Jackson, he went 40-40 and went to the playoffs one time. That told me he was not as great a coach as everybody said, because when he didn't have that collection of talent, he didn't display anything above average. So when we look at the coordinators, I would do that. Now, you said something about bologna from crackers, right?
Yeah.
So imagine eating bologna for 30 straight days. You in college, you eat bologna for 30 straight days, right? You hire Zach Orr. Zach Orr is you deciding you want to fry your bologna, but you're trying to do it with a magnifying glass of sunlight.
God damn! Oh my Lord!
You gonna be there for a while, brother.
So basically, the nutshell.
You are not the father.
Okay, so listen and see. This is why we do this, y'all. And listen, it's nothing wrong with amending your list based on getting updated information. So obviously, a lot of us are going to amend this list, and we're going to do stuff like this. I'm going to also be bringing on some more people. I got another guy from Minnesota that I'm going to bring on so that we can dig into also those candidates like Durante and stuff like that. I'm going to try to find a guy from Denver. But first of all, I want to ask y'all, are y'all enjoying getting this type of information from within? Like, because to me, that's the value of content creators sticking together, is you can see he has deep passion, knowledge about his team, similar to what we do with the Cowboys. So, and also, this is not going to be the last time. I think we should do stuff on the draft and all kind of stuff. I mean, because I'm pretty sure you do that as well.
Yes, sir.
So I wanted to also then kind of dig into Harbaugh ass. Because you're getting different, obviously reactions from us. Because see, he 4-1 on us. This is one of those crackers versus bologna things, right? So we over here like he's our master to agree. And then you have fans that's over here like, don't fear that mother. You know what I mean? Right. So kind of balance us out. Because, on the record, he's on us. He came to our house last time, beat the shit out of us, ran the ball down our throat. Right. What are we going against him as an opponent with him being in New York?
Oh man, listen. First of all, let me say this about Zach Orr. I think in the future, he's going to be a very good defensive coordinator. He just doesn't have any experience, and he was thrown into the fire on a championship caliber team.
So for the most part, buyer beware with brand new baby DCs. That's your point.
No, just beware with anything associated to John Harbaugh, because the problem with John Harbaugh, and yes, we have done some things to the Cowboys. We shut down Texas Stadium on them 2 runs by Willis McGahee and Lamar McClain.
You putting the chest out too much when you said
I'm
that.
Sorry,
brother.
I'm sorry.
We doing good right there, but I ain't gonna let you just stop on my thing, dog.
You know who bought it.
I did, but it was just how you said it, man. Just watch yourself, bro.
My apologies.
You good? Go ahead.
But just with like, I think he's been put in a detrimental situation, because even Mike McDonald went back to college for a year and then came back. You know what I'm saying? So John Harbaugh's leadership style, to me, just isn't conducive to coaches moving on and doing better things, because we don't really hear about John Harbaugh coaching trees doing better things. The only ones maybe have been Mike McDonald. That was a home run for Seattle, but really nobody else. But when you start talking John Harbaugh and X's and O's, he's a special teams coordinator that doesn't do in-game adjustments. That's why the Ravens lose a lot of 10-point plus leads in games, because he lets his coordinators do whatever they're going to do, good or bad. He doesn't have any idea what's going on offensively. He doesn't have any idea what's going on defensively. So we went off of talent. Like you say, we own y'all. We've done things to y'all. We've had some very talented teams that you guys have played against. But if you watch him coaching, if you watch, listen, just go watch some. Just go to any game. Watch any game. You're gonna see John Harbaugh stand on the sideline like this.
Wow. So okay, I'm getting some good insight now. Let me say something real quick. I want to get your thoughts on this. Are you saying, sir, that y'all are basically GM built? Like,
no, our GM is horrible.
What? Because you know the rumors around the league. Y'all got the best in the talk. I need to hear this. How is he terrible?
Okay, so so once again, like I said, everybody has their own opinion, right?
Right.
And everybody's opinion is based upon their experience in life, their thought processes. And my thought process is a little bit different. I analyze everything, you know what I mean? Plus, I'm a little bit on the older side. I'm over half century. So I've been watching football longer than some of these guys have been coaching or GMing. So what happens is, I was thinking about this morning. Look at it like this. Almost every season, right? If you look around the league, if you listen to reporters, pundits, prognosticators, publications, they will tell you that the Baltimore Ravens are one of the best organizations in the NFL, correct?
Right.
They will also tell you that the GM is top 3 in the NFL, correct?
Oh yeah, Hall of Famer.
They will tell you that the head coach is one of the best top 2, top 3 head coaches in the NFL, right?
Easily top 5.
So why all the failure?
See, I think failure is relative.
You think so?
Mm-hmm.
So
like, if you was, y'all successful, right?
I hear you, but you have the best. They say the best organization in football. They say top 2 GM. They say Hall of Fame top 2 head coach, but you can't make it to 1 Super Bowl. 1, right? Our drafts are supposedly A+ every year. Why is it that when somebody gets a hamstring injury, we have no depth that can come in and perform at a high level? Because our drafts are trash. We don't know how to coach players up.
Your drafts are trash.
You want to go? What? See, you trying to get me to go in a whole nother direction, my brother.
No, I'm just, man. Listen,
okay,
man.
All right, let me take it back. Let me see. Let's take it back.
I gotta say this, bro.
Don't get me started, man.
No, but see, because it's like, and I love this because me and you, it's almost like we kind of kindred spirits type. It's like you don't mind going out against what's popularly said. So this has just got a lot of us intrigued because we respect y'all from the outside. Like, you know what I'm saying? Well, smart teams do, or smart people do. Like, you know what I mean? When you somebody that had even sniffed the Super Bowl, right? We would want to be, you know, y'all in terms of in the playoffs, starting 0-4, fighting out of that, and then still getting in the playoffs. See, that's from my perspective, it's like I would kind of want that history of Harbaugh here, but you kind of giving a deeper insight. Keep going there.
Because I mean, and I feel you, but when you are an organization that has been that successful over that period of time, winning 12 to 14 games a year just ain't it. Like, that's cool and all,
Yeah.
but you want championships, especially when you pride yourself as being this or one of the best organizations in the league. Now, when we get to the GM, we take it back to 2019, Lamar Jackson's second year. Nobody knew what Lamar Jackson was going to do. I didn't know what Lamar Jackson was going to do. Unanimous MVP, right? He did that with Willie Snead, Seth Roberts, and a bunch of dudes I play down in the street corner with. Then the next season, you would think that they would say, you know what? We got this diamond in the rough that we didn't prepare for. So what we're going to do is we're going to build a team around him to help us take that next step. But what did they do? They let his offensive line get progressively worse. They took away the little bit of weapons that he had. And each and every season afterwards, this offensive line has been terrible. 2023, Arthur Costa, our GM, said, yeah, our offensive line will be good next year. We just came off an AFC Championship game. Why are you worried about the year after? Why aren't you worried about the season that's upcoming? We were one game away from the Super Bowl, and you talking about you're going to experiment with an offensive line to get somewhere that you think it might be for an MVP quarterback. Now, we take it to trading away our best offensive lineman in Orlando Brown Jr. to get a first-round pick to get Odafe Owe, a pass rusher. Then we bring in Alejandro Villanueva from the Steelers, who was a terrible right tackle, and decided to throw him at left tackle. That got Lamar injured. So back in 2021, 2022, when Lamar got injured, it's because his offensive line failed him, because the general manager decided he loves building teams from outside in instead of inside out. Then we take it to Kyle Hamilton, 14th pick. Kyle Hamilton is a very good player. But taking a safety at the 14th pick, to me, not the right move when your quarterback needs protection. Then we fast forward into this season. We draft another safety in the first round. What organization drafts 2 first-round safeties? You know what I'm saying? When you have Eamon Warrior in Seattle with Mike McDonald, you have Xavier Watts in Atlanta, who was a 3rd-round pick. You take it back when Kyle Hamilton was drafted, Kirby Joseph was drafted in the 3rd round, and he has led the league in interceptions since that time. So you have safeties that come around in later rounds that do the same things that so-called first-round safeties can do, but instead you bring in a right tackle in Daniel Faalele and change him into a guard when you know his feet don't move well enough. And I don't know if you've seen the memes and stuff about Daniel Faalele. Literally, this dude is a player that when you watch film on him, he's facing Lamar Jackson instead of blocking somebody. Constantly. Watch how many, I'm telling you, if y'all go online and look at Daniel Faalele, look him up and you'll see how many times you're like, that's your starter.
You said he facing Lamar Jackson.
Bruh, it's times where you see him, he's ballerina dancing around like this, touching nobody. Then we have a left guard that is Andrew Voorhees, who tore his ACL during the combine. We drafted him in the 7th round and said, we're going to plug him in as a starter. So now we got these 2 guards that can't block. They are 2 of the worst rated guards in the NFL. But yet still we're drafting safeties and cornerbacks in the 1st round instead of protecting our franchise quarterback. And this is the reason why Lamar got hurt this year. Because if you watch the game in Detroit, he got sacked 7 times. If you watch the game against Kansas City, if you watch the game against Buffalo, they kept hitting Lamar in his legs. And they're talking about, oh, Lamar's injury prone. No, that man got beat up from the waist down during the first 4 games. So this is why he gets injured in the playoffs. He gets strip sacked. He doesn't have time to throw because our GM does not build an offensive line. And it's crazy because he came in front of the Ravens fans and said, yeah, you know, I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan. And he said, I grew up a Dallas Cowboys fan, and I love the way that they built that offensive line because y'all have some legendary offensive lines. But yet and still, he said, I'm not going to fix the offensive line this year. I'm going to wait to see how they pan out this year and see what they do in 2025.
Man, you spitting. See, because a lot of us, it's amazing. I swear to God, I'm gonna do this more. Because a lot of Cowboy fans are tired of our investment into offensive line. And then let's see, y'all need to listen. So then when you go look at people that's looking at our grass, from their grass, it's greener. See, you see what I'm saying? So all the people, well, we keep drafting offensive linemen. Listen at other people that's trying to protect their quarterbacks, y'all. And see, and we got to value that. I want to throw something else at you just real quick because I want to kind of dissect our enemy now. Harbaugh is now in the NFC.
Right.
Let's do a joint scouting report. You know him. What's his kryptonite? How do you beat him? What's his kryptonite?
Going up early. I don't care if it's about 3 points. I don't care if it's about 5 points. I'm listen. As soon. What's up, Tracy? As soon as we get down in the game, we lose our identity. We are a running team. We are a running team. We have Derrick Henry, Hall of Famer walking. Soon as we go down in the game, we start throwing the ball. And they can and a lot of people like to put things on Todd Monken, saying, oh, well, he crapped the bed. But we've had this issue with all the offensive coordinators that we've had outside of Jim Caldwell. Outside of Jim Caldwell and Gary Kubiak. Let me get that real quick. That's all.
No, take your time, bro. Take your time. Man, I'm loving this guy. Listen. Hey, just this one time, I'm telling you, I'm gonna be doing this a lot more, man. Because I'm gonna have to probably start doing this during the season too. Because, like, as y'all can see, all pretty much sports. I ain't gonna say all, because you know you can get a fool anywhere. But when you really dig into like sports independent people who do this for a passion, the level of insight is not gonna be matched. It's like listening to one of us, but he just wearing the Ravens, like, to where his passion is carrying his knowledge. It's not, it's the passion of wanting to change and actually win. And some people, I can tell, I'm just watching my chat, there's some people that'll think you're critical. I think you got high standards. I don't think there's nothing wrong with high standards. If you're trying to win a championship, you better have high standards, and you better be tough. And you better be trying to look under every goddamn rock to try to make every damn change. So it's like nothing should be above critique. And what you going through sounds like what I go through, because I'm also hard because I want to win, right? So I'm going to look under every rock. But I want to go back to Harbaugh. So you say, get ahead. Is there anything else? Because once I crack the code on him, I'm gonna start pushing content on how to beat his ass. So get ahead. What else? Oh, your mic gone, brother.
My bad. All you have to do is have in-game adjustments. He does not have in-game adjustments. He does not. His coordinators, once they veer off their game plan, they don't know where to go. And as far as being critical, I'm critical because I love my team and I expect better. It's not like we're one of these teams like our rivals, the Pittsburgh Steelers, that just have a 9-8, 10-7 record every season. We are one of the top teams in the NFL year in and year out, and we've done nothing with these rosters. My grown children will tell you I love them to death, and if they come home with B's, I'm extremely proud of them. But I know that they are smarter than that, so I expect A's. Woo. Why should I expect less than their potential and be satisfied with mediocrity? That's my only thing. It's not that I'm critical. It's just that I see certain things and I get upset when people try to paint that broad stroke of everything's all right. You guys win 12, 13 games a season. Well, we were predicted to win the Super Bowl this year and won 8 games.
One answers.
So
yes, Lord.
So to beat him, you get a lead, you make in-game adjustments because they get befuddled. As soon as the game plan changes, they get befuddled, and it's like, what do we do now? I don't know how to stop this. He doesn't hire coaches that are innovators. He hires coaches that are basic, just like he is. Now, Todd Monken has done an outstanding job creating a passing game for Lamar Jackson. But were there better coordinators out there that could have done even more for Lamar? They were. So he's going to hire some, I hate to say it, some basic bitches at coordinator that I'm telling you, like,
I love it. Keep it real.
He's hiring these guys that really nobody else would want. Zach Orr, I don't know how he popped up on you guys' radar. He had
Brian Schottenheimer.
Well, sometimes it's loyalty.
And they coach together.
It's about to say loyalty and nepotism. Because looking at this, we had the 18th ranked defense as far as points against goals, 24th in yardage allowed. How is he going to make your defense any better? You already lost Trayvon Diggs. He's going to make Quentin Williams worse. Like, how is your defense going to improve under this guy playing soft zone, especially with the quarterbacks that you have in your division? How are you going to stop him?
Man, I love what you're saying. And then shout out to my boy Special K, man. I like her. That's me and my boy thing. He said, it proves the public me to just be painting whatever picture they want you to see. I'm seeing that too. He said, but the real fans of the teams always do the most work. That's why we got to support people like Boss and Hendo. And his channel is, let me show his channel because we go take a break and also plug it. Because see, I love when people do good work, and he coming over here giving us sauce, y'all. So let's reward him back. And listen, I'm gonna tell you, I'm so impressed, bro. This is not gonna be just a Cowboys versus Ravens thing. I could tell me and you the type that just talk football.
I love football.
I could tell. So I'm telling y'all, this ain't gonna be the last. So when we play Pittsburgh, who probably the best person to bring on, right? Y'all see what I'm saying? Like, so it's a value in us always being able to have these quality collabs. And he took it with short notice, man. Shout out to you on that. I reached out to you when we got Orr because I was like, I don't want to be that dumbass fan that's just in love with the potential. I want to get the insight from people that actually lived under this person. So yeah, y'all make sure y'all take y'all time and go over there. His podcast is the Roug Pod. So hit him with a like, hit him with a subscribe.
Appreciate you.
And a support. So anyway, I want to do a couple of more things and then, man, get up out of here. Because we trying to solve problems over here. We have problems over here at Defensive Greatly. So now I have to move up Charlie Bullen because Charlie Bullen is a guy that is my number 2 DC. I'm moving or down or maybe out based on, I'm gonna still do more background, but based on this discussion, I'll have to make some amendments to my list.
You have to. Even our owner during the press conference Tuesday, he hasn't talked in years. Even during the press conference, he kind of looked at our general manager and told him like, yo, you got John Harbaugh 5 with your draft picks. But he also said that, yeah, we just haven't had the guys to get the job done. And the coaches haven't coached any of them up. So that tells you when your owner is telling you that the coaches haven't done their job, that lets you know how badly that they're doing.
Right. And so this is the thing. This is why, and I want to get your thoughts on this, because you more so helping Dallas right now with your insight. Like, and if you ever want insight about some, hit me, man, and we'll rock. And we'll exchange numbers after we get off, because we've been communicating via email. So now I want to push up Charlie. Now, Charlie is somebody that doesn't have a lot of DC experience. He was the interim for the Giants. And when they fired their DC, you can see the ranks. Yeah. Right. And then when he took over, they exploded up. So I'm somebody that's real big on what have you done in the league. Right. Is this the type of person from kind of the way that you have your standards that should maybe be a candidate for the Cowboys based on what he did? Because see, you raised a good point. You said, if everybody start going down under you, it's you. Right. But it's also the opposite then. If people start going way up, it's also who? You. So what's your thoughts on that? I
mean, listen. My man had a lot of toys to work with, to be honest. Yeah, man. Man got some toys to work with, bro. But more important is, in all seriousness, you watched Abdul Carter struggle at the beginning of the season. Yeah. And then in these I think it was the last 3 games or so, maybe 5, last 3 or 4 games, he exploded. And you can see the potential there. So once again, coaching does matter. Because in the beginning of the season, they were like, he's a bust. Oh, he ain't gonna make it. They should have picked him there, but then at the end of the year, they like, yo, he gonna be that dude. So I think coaching matters, but also for me, like I said, experience plays a part. But you also need to talk to people and see where their mind is, what their mindset is, their playbook, their envision for this team. So if he can tell y'all something that y'all want to hear, I wouldn't go against it because some of these young guys do need experience. We need to stop recycling these coaches over and over again, getting the same results.
Gotcha. So my last question, man, because I really like the Ravens defense, man, a lot. Honestly, love.
You can have Roquan Smith. You can have Marlon Humphrey. Y'all, we can make a deal. I'm willing to trade. You all listen, Cowboys fans, do me a favor.
Oh, y'all do it like that?
Do me a favor. We're gonna do it like this. Do me a favor. We'll give you Roquan Smith. Y'all don't franchise tag George Pickens.
Man, we ain't doing that. Pickens over here, brother.
What? Bro, what? I'm up here helping y'all. Why can't you help us?
Yeah, we ain't helping you with that.
Oh, I'm sorry. And listen, this is another indictment to Eric DeCosta, our general manager, right? So, second round of the draft, we're in need of a wide receiver, right?
Yeah.
We decide we're gonna pass on George Pickens. We're gonna get a David Ojabo who just injured himself at the combine and wasn't gonna play because he went to Michigan with John Harbaugh's brother.
Wow.
Yeah, that tells you what kind of team we running.
Man. So man, I first of all, man, thank you, brother. I think you really gave way more than I expected. Cause I watched some. I didn't get deep into your podcast when it came across my recommends, you know.
Yes,
but this has been like fantastic, man. So like what would you say on the outside looking at Dallas that we need to do to start getting our defense up? Because that's why I said anybody that respects the Ravens should be respectful of what y'all have done historically defensively. So looking at us, scouting us, fix Dallas, brother.
Fix it. Oh my gosh. How would I fix Dallas? Like, you have the pieces. Trading for Quentin Williams was a major boom for your team, but you just have to pick the right guy with the right scheme. I need for you guys to go out there and interview head coaches that are going to adapt their scheme to the players, and I have the players adapt to their scheme, because that's where a lot of these coaches go wrong. They don't accentuate or maximize the talents that they have from the players. They just want to run their system so they can go somewhere and get a head coaching job instead of worrying about doing the best job that they can for that team. Also, I'm gonna need y'all to go into free agency and get some pieces. Y'all need some corners.
Y'all heard him.
Y'all need some
attack free agency. See,
y'all,
because we really don't like to aggressively attack free agency, bro.
Right. We don't.
That's not our thing. Our thing is, build through the draft. And we see, all teams do it different. You see some teams like the Rams, they go attack the hell out of free agents to the point they say F them picks. We the opposite. Go ahead. It seems like I touch your spirit.
You did touch my spirit, because that was one of the issues that I brought up with Ravens fans. Like, I would tell Ravens fans, we should go out and get this dude. We should go out and get that dude. And their response to me was, this ain't mad. You can't do those things. Like, this ain't a video game. You don't know what you're talking about. But if you look at Les Snead and the Los Angeles Rams, for 8 seasons, they didn't have a first-round pick, right? You don't have a first-round pick for 8 seasons. You pay Jared Goff over $100 million, then trade him, and you incur all of that dead cap money. You trade for Matthew Stafford, you give him money. They gave what's his name? Jalen Ramsey a new deal. They gave Cooper Kupp a new deal. They gave Aaron Donald a new deal. So they had all of this money to pay their star players. Went out, set F them draft picks, got free agents in, went to 2 Super Bowls, right? And the reason that I bring this up with the Ravens fans saying that this ain't mad is because right now, currently, with the Rams still in play to go to the Super Bowl, they have 2 first-round picks coming up and $93 million under the cap to play with. Tell me, how's that possible? Tell me, how do you trade $100-something million quarterback, get a new quarterback, give him $100 million, pay a bunch of other people, and right now you're sitting with $93 million under the cap. GMing, boy. Les Snead, Brett Beach in Kansas City, Howard Roseman over there in Philadelphia, like, certain ones get it. So when people talk about my GM, nah, bro. He wants to draft 11 players every year, even though he knows only 4 of them will make the team. Like, you have to be smarter about what you do. Just having a bevy of draft picks. And the Ravens, one of the Ravens' fatal flaws is, if you ever go into the Ravens space and listen to them, we love comp picks. What the fuck is a comp pick going to do for you?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? What is a 5th or 6th round comp pick going to do for you? So we sit around a free agency and wait for that comp pick period to pass so we can sign whatever's left over, instead of aggressively going out and getting players that can help our team. Like, you having 12, and you look it up, us having 11 draft picks every season, what has that done for this roster other than bring us a bunch of bums that can't play? Right. So y'all guys need to go out there and find these guys that can make your team better and get the right defensive coordinator.
Thank you, brother. I said that was the last question. I lied.
It's okay.
You said that potentially that Orr could, because see, there's a chance he could be our DC. There's a strong connection between him and Brian Schottenheimer. It's reports that him and Brian Schottenheimer kept in touch. Right. So on the surface, like when you look at his numbers, like I talked about crackers and bologna, to a starving cracker organization defensively like us, that bologna look good. You said he could be a DC. What could turn that switch?
I think he needs experience, and I think he needs to get away from John Harbaugh. But on the flip side, you have to look at the situation like this. Like, if you're looking at everything in hindsight being 2020, if he is such a hot candidate, if he's such a good DC, why isn't he in New York with John Harbaugh? Because that's his boy. And John Harbaugh wanted creative control over his team. He wanted to be able to do what he wanted to do. And for him to say, nah, Zach, you ain't coming with me, that should be very telling to Cowboys fans. Because if you my man,
can't deny that, bro.
If you my man, and I get on,
if
I don't bring you with me, you wasn't my man.
Right, you wasn't my man. Yeah. Great insight. We do something called a final word.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna kick it off. My first final word is thank you. Impressed. Very, very better now. A better understanding from you. And this is why I will say, Cowboy Nation, this is why we got to be open to adjust. Like, as you can see, I had them high on my list. I had them number one because you look at the bologna versus crackers and you starving, you fuck around and eat some bologna when you had a chance to eat steak. Right. But when you get insight from somebody that actually live with this person, for lack of better words, I always talk to the ex if you can. You know what I mean? And the ex and the person that lived with Orr is giving us this insight, which then gives us a chance to be factual, smart, and not bopper ass fans. I can't stand that to where every time we get somebody or every time we interview somebody, they finna take us to the Super Bowl. Now go talk to the ex. So Hendo is the ex. And thank you, bro. That's my final word, man. Thank you for just a beautiful job of giving us real background knowledge.
Yes, sir.
And just hard, real talks that the people on my channel, they accept it, but some people won't. So, and if he end up being that guy, I might bring you on again and we'll talk about it again. But I don't know if people go want to hear this, man. But hey, I'll bring you on again because it's just what it is.
Listen, and I want to say this. I appreciate you for having me on. I really do. And like I tell the people that watch my show, I don't think that I'm 100% right all the time. I'm just giving you my perspective, and I just try to get people to think a little bit differently and outside the box instead of following the status quo of what everybody else is saying. Because if you listen to them, oh, it's great. It's, you know, we're gonna win the Super Bowl. We're gonna be back. Just wait one more year, and we'll be there. And that one more year now for us is turned into 8 years. We're about to go into year 9. What are we doing here? So I like to say I appreciate you. I appreciate Dallas Cowboys fans because you guys really support your YouTubers. We as Ravens fans, we don't have a Ravens YouTuber that has 100,000 subs, and that's crazy to me.
That's
that
crazy.
None of us have. Our best one is Engraven.
Yeah.
He's not at he should have been at 100,000, and that tells you kind of the mindset of a lot of Ravens fans.
Man, I get it. Trust me, I get it. Cause it is different type of fans, bro. I like for instance, and I ain't gonna want to hear this, Dallas Cowboy fans, but I'm gonna tell the truth. I'm always gonna tell the truth. I'm like you, Hendo. There are certain fans that really want accountability. Like they love it when they have independent people call out the stuff that can make them better bluntly. Right. Sadly, Philly is one. Like I heard one of our content creators saying, Philly is hard. It's like, no, they just got high standards, bro.
Thanks.
They not content with a fucking Super Bowl. They go get right back on their ass and everybody ass. But then you got certain fan bases, like you say, they want cotton candy, they want sugar, they want it. It's gonna be better next year. Yeah, and it's hey man, just have hope, man. It's hey, we doing things different. And then so when you get people like me and you, right, who trying to uncover every rock and every stone to get better, they view us as negative, even though we trying to win this thing. So we just been, you know, we just searching for the ways to get better.
So. And freak Philly. Like I'm close to Philly. I'm close to Philly. Freak Philly. Yeah, but respect. Because
no respect. Though.
You got to look at this like this. You got to look at it like this. Philly had a Hall of Fame coach in Andy Reid. Went to a bunch of NFC Championship games. Went to a Super Bowl. They fired him. They fired this man. Hired Doug Peterson and won a Super Bowl. They fired him 3 years later.
Right.
They don't. Their standard is well above a lot of these other teams in the NFL.
Yeah.
Who else would do that? We had a coach that won a Super Bowl in 2012. Here we are in 2025, and we just got rid of him because we had a horrible season. That's not having a standard. That's complacency.
That's complacency. And see, if people ain't gonna want to hear this, but if all fans united with high standards, it will put heat on everybody. And you got to keep heat on people to get change. Like we going through something right now where Jerry literally promised that he wasn't going to bring in no recycle guys, right, with failed resumes. You know what they leaking right now? Gannon is our top candidate. And you know what we doing in Cowboy Nation? We ain't burning this bitch down. Excuse me, I didn't mean to curse.
No,
we ain't burning it down. Like,
right.
We should be outraged that he even in the conversation. But when you kind of got a popcorn mentality or a cotton candy mentality, you don't aggressively push back when your team is really disrespecting you with these passive moves. So I didn't mean to get into your final word, man.
You good, brother.
You kind of turned me up, bro. You turned me up.
It's all good. It's all
so
good.
Please plug your channel, man. And we got to find a way to do more work, whether it's draft, whether it's talking about different division opponents. So like if we playing an opponent of your division, you obviously a person that'll be good to talk to. If you playing somebody of our division, because I'm gonna know my division well, you're gonna know your division well.
Right.
And we want to kind of crack the code as we getting ready to have these opponents. I'm gonna tell you right now, based on this one conversation, you got a new friend.
Yeah, indeed, no doubt. Yeah. So I'm gonna say that's the Roug Pod. Just come on there and check me out. I do videos on the Ravens. I try to do other things, but Ravens fans don't really like that too tough. So I just stopped doing it because they don't watch it. So, but it's just a bunch of Ravens content. I'm trying to pivot into more NFL type action because I love football. I love my team, but I love football. That's why I'm a realist, because most Ravens fans don't watch football outside of watching Baltimore teams. They don't see what's going on in Dallas, New York, Philly. They just watch what's going on locally. That's why me personally, I have a bigger understanding because I love everything. I love great football. I love great players, not just Baltimore Ravens.
Man, good stuff, man. So it's your boy Boss Show Me. To the next live, to the next video. We gonna be back and we gonna keep giving you this real to try to win a championship.
I appreciate you, Tyrone. I appreciate all y'all.
And once again, because we got more people in here, you got to go and support a guy like this. Make sure y'all go like and subscribe to his channel. A lot of my people already said they did. And we've been getting rave reviews on this conversation. We go keep having these competitive analysis conversations with brothers across the pond. So we out, man. Y'all take it easy. Much love from both of us. Peace.
Appreciate you, Cowboy Nation.
I'm going to get your number after this too, bro.
Oh, yes, sir.